Oh no, I forgot to put the wind muff on the phone. Who are the first two squires in the room? Look at that whole new skyline down there. Good to see you, Patrick. Guten Tag, Patrick. Good to see you, Cecilia. Welcome as we look down Flatbush Avenue and all those new buildings. Serene Spoonie, hello. Welcome. We are up here we're about to enter Prospect Park. I always forget what this immediate area up here just north of the park is called. Grand Army Plaza, that's right. Duh, stupid me. Grand Army Plaza. Welcome. It is time. It is time. I just rode a bike 22 miles. And now I'm going to walk another who knows how many more miles to show you the beautifulness that is Prospect Park. Everything Olmsted and Fox wanted to do in their Central Park that they couldn't do, they did here in their Prospect Park. Prospect Park is 585 acres large, has over 70,000 trees. That is more trees than in Central Park. Central Park has around 27,000 trees. A lot of the trees in Prospect Park predate the park. And you also have a little bit of Brooklands Forest, last little bit of Brooklands Forest left. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's take a little jaunt through the park. It's a beautiful day. It's an unbelievably beautiful day today. Made good money tipping from the tips today, so that's a good thing. So all in all, today was a good day. Hello, my dog Indy and Nebul. Still have two people who haven't commented. It's okay. Chris MG, hello. Get one person, who hasn't commented. It's good. It's a good day. Everyone follow Chris MG. She's a fantastic YouTuber out there in Grenada, in the Caribbean. And of course, down there in the south of France, we got our good friend Nebul. You want to give him a follow? Did a beautiful broadcast yesterday. That was a lot of fun yesterday, Nebul. I had to go into my Joker account and give you 2 thumbs up on that. I had to watch Nebul's account. I had to watch Nebul's video with my suspect account, so he get 2 thumbs up from me. That's how good his broadcast was yesterday. He used to play baseball in the park. Awesome. Well, we're about to go right underneath the arch here at Grand Army Plaza. Good to see you, 80s music fan. Music to your ears. That's right. I'm in extra tour guidey mode today. We come up on this monument. John F. Kennedy, our 35th president of the United States. It's not windy. I don't have the wind muff on, Patrick. Sorry about that. The angle of the wind is coming right into the microphone, and there's like literally no wind out here. It's very, very light wind, so sorry about that, guys. But we have this monument right there, and I wish the fountain was turned on. It is certainly a nice little fountain. We've started live streams from here before. With the mermaids. Good to see you, Wilbs, driving the Northern Line. Because we're good on battery, I'm going to try to make this as cinematic as possible. And actually, I gotta up the bit rate. Hold on, I gotta up the bit rate here. Let's see here. Okay. All right. That should be good. When you was growing up, had a large mat with JFK's head. For years, you knew who it was. Okay. Aye, the wife will watch on the phone. You comment on the phone. You watch on the TV. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how I do it anyway. Coming up underneath. It's very nice outside. Wait until we get in the park. Wait until we get in the park. I've been seeing lots of, I was looking at Instagrams on the way over here. And, oh yeah. It's really nice. It's that perfect temperature. I wish it was like this all year. That's right. Watching the TV, comment on the phone. That's right. That's right. So, if you guys may know about this monument, you may notice something missing. Parts of the additions to this monument, this arch is in honor of the Civil War. We have two statues that they added to the either side here. And on this side here, evidently, some pieces of it broke off. So they put those two statues on this side away, and they're being fixed. But as we come around the other side, you'll get an idea of what they look like. And you could go into this monument on certain days. It is open to the public. Check out the Parks Department page. Looks like they're filming a movie in the park. Good to see you, VG. So you're gonna see some netting around some of the statues here. And this is because it is made of copper. It's beginning to fall apart. Check it out. It's a pretty awesome statue. These were added on, I forget what year. I believe the arch was put here in 1865. And the additions that you're looking at right now were placed here in 1898. I could be wrong. But look how cool that looks. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And now as we get ready to enter Alice in Wonderland, it's time to enter Olmsted and Vaux's own Prospect Park. This is cool. Look at that. Never seen this before, ever. This is my first time ever seeing this, and this thing was here since days gone by. This thing is neat. Never noticed that thing before. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it proper here. Let me see here. So far, so good about the comments. Hopefully the comments section doesn't mess up again like it did yesterday. So if I am missing comments, please remember that. Sometimes it glitches out. So now we're in the crazy traffic circle here, or used to be traffic circle, here at Grand Army Plaza. It's a beautiful spring day indeed. Madness over. Yeah. Madness. That's the Brooklyn Public Library back there, and behind the Brooklyn Public Library you have the Botanical Garden, which we'll be going to next week. And then behind the Botanical Garden you have the Brooklyn Museum. Do you see the trees beginning to change color? Do you believe? So pretty much in spring and autumn you really get a good idea of what Olmsted and Vaux were going for when they built Prospect and Central Park. So you get to notice coloring, you get to notice how certain tree placement is. Way! And then look at this, this is great. He's eating an entire dinner there. Isn't that nice? He's eating an entire dinner. And we got that on the live stream. Yes! Spring has sprung, Robert. Good to see you. We got a guy in the live stream eating an entire bowl of pasta. What the zuck? Okay. Dude's got to eat, but not like that while driving an effing car. Come on. There's a time. Listen, I think while you're driving, I think acceptable food to eat while you're driving is like potato chips and stuff like that. I would even say like a mozzarella stick would be somewhat appropriate. Good to see you, Guy Heyman, driving those crazy roads of America. You just missed out. We just saw a guy eating a bowl of pasta while driving a car. It's amazing. As we go into the park, Multitasking indeed. Duty run would bust his ass. And actually, big shout out to the 84th precinct. They pulled over a guy who was texting and driving who almost took out my group today. So big shout out. The guy was so freaking nice. He goes, the minute I saw that, he needed it. I was like, wow. NYPD, baby. NYPD. So yeah, big shout out to the 84. The guy was so, you know what? I wanted to get the guy's name, but we were in such a traffic area. I had to keep moving. Yeah, only a bowl guy, him, and no sides. So much happened today, and it's like, yep, they did good today. They did good today. Let me just slow down here. I gotta slow down here. I gotta take this in. I'm still in work mode. I just wanna take this in now. The trees are just beginning to come out. When we come to the Brooklyn Botanical Garden next week, we're actually going to do a crazy long walk, but from the Botanical Garden through the Botanical Garden and then into Prospect Park. So this is kind of like a Prospect Park preview. It's a very nice day in the park, Guy Heyman. But you see how you see which trees are blooming first? Are you noticing patterns? Look at the trees and look at which ones are blooming first. Which ones are big, which ones are small. This is again the time of year when you really get an idea of what Olmsted and Vaux were going for when they were designing this park. Absolutely, Wills. Let's fall down the well. We're gonna fall down the well now. Look at it. It's like a movie set. The live stream does not do this justice. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. Just look at that. Look at it's like almost like a TV screen off in the distance of everyone enjoying themselves, enjoying the park. Oh no. We got a good signal so far. We got a good signal so far. There we go. Now we lost a signal. Now we lost a signal. Let's see if we get it back. There we go. We got it back. We got it back. Okay, we just dropped out. We should be back. We do lose a signal. There we go. We do lose a signal underneath the columns. Yes, we lose a signal underneath the columns. We lose a signal underneath the columns. Look at this. They're filming a TV show and or movie. Shout out to Mrs. Calabash, yes. This is like all of a sudden this has turned into a Universal Studios backlot tour. We're back. Yeah, we had a little drop out there underneath the arch. I guess I could walk right here. Okay, let's float on the grass. Let's see. Oh yes. Nothing special. They're not filming anything. It's a photo shoot. Okay. Now, look at the trees, everyone. Look at which trees are blooming right now. Are you noticing patterns with how the trees bloom? Good to see you, boss. Look at which trees are blooming. We're right now in the middle of the long meadow, 3 times the size of the Great Lawn in Central Park. Something that Frederick Law Olmsted wanted in his Central Park, but didn't have the room. You see which trees are blooming now? It's the little ones. And the little ones create that distance, coming into view is a great example of this. Now we're standing in the very, very middle of the lawn, and we have this lone, or two trees, but from this distance it looks like one tree. But these two trees blooming, kind of all alone. This is the magic of Olmsted and Vaux. So you'll see how the green will surround that eventually. Good to see you, Hillsdale girl. Welcome. Welcome to the Long Meadow here in Prospect Park. This is Brooklyn. This is New York City. Can you imagine? We're going to walk, as we always do, even during the snowstorms, straight down the Long Meadow. We're going to walk to that red tree way off in the distance over there. We'll use that as a guide. Olmsted and Vaux basically laid the groundwork for what is like a Disneyland, more so ever, and a Disney World today. Amusement parks, like the Disney parks, they used forced perspective a lot of the time, and here you're getting that. I know about that documentary. It's a really good one. It's a really good documentary. Doesn't that sky look amazing? But absolutely serene. I have seen that documentary. It is really good. Calvert Vaux is the more tortured of the two. If I had to choose which one, and just a few weeks, right? It was a snow-a-cane, right? Well, not really, but we need a really good blizzard. We need a really good blizzard. I want to be out here, and only like the hardcore people be out here. You know what I'm saying? I want to get like those whiteout conditions. I want trees snapping and falling. That's what I want. But I guess this year we'll have to deal with, I have a feeling this summer, I hope not. I hope it's not 1,000 degrees every day. I am lucky though, and on really, really hot days, I'll be able to use an electric bike to be able to keep my energy up. So that'll be good. But still, unbelievable. Oh, I'm so happy I came out here. A little bit. A very light breeze. If it sounds like it's really windy, it's not. It's just a very light breeze. Actually, you can feel it warm and cool. So doing great today. Had 2 great tours this morning. The morning tour was really good. The afternoon tour was a little nuts. It was a little crazy up on the bridge this afternoon. It was crazy up on the bridge this morning, but the afternoon was. We got all the scenarios. Loose children and I'll see you later. Be careful out there driving the Northern Line. Have a great night, Wilbs. Wait, it's early. It's only midnight. Or 11 o'clock. Only 11 o'clock. Or 11:30. Yeah, it's almost midnight. Just feels so weird that the sun's so high up and it's 4 o'clock. I am still getting used to daylight savings time, ladies and gentlemen. I love how this one tree here, I'll see you on the replay. I love how this one tree here, just up on a hill. You see how it frames the shot of the guy with his dog, like, perfectly? Like, this is the magic that Olmsted and Vaux were going for when they designed this park. It's kind of amazing. And this is the time of year, and we're gonna go to Central Park probably on Saturday. Either so. Oh, wait, no. Can I go there on Saturday? I don't think I can, because Saturday I'll be in Coney Island. I forgot. Saturday, weekend I'm in Coney Island. Probably next Tuesday then, because we're gonna go to Central Park also, because everything is beginning to blossom and bloom. Very beautiful. Now you see, this is the tree we've been walking to the entire time. Good to see you, Ed Frats. Ed Frats just tuning on in. We're just beginning a little walk around Prospect Park, trying to show you the little hidden things here, the magic of Olmsted and Vaux here. We're making our way down the Long Meadow right now, and we're going to go towards the center of the park. And basically, as we make our way around, I'm going to show you how Olmsted and Vaux use forced perspective to create distance, to create the illusion of distance, depth. So it looks like here, I think we had a few trees over here. We do lose trees, so we do take them out completely. Unfortunately, there are a couple of beetle bugs that have been imported that have been killing these big trees, but Parks Department has been managing. Oh no! Oh, awesome! Awesome, Winky. Sorry about that. Winky, you might have to update your Wi-Fi if you're using Wi-Fi. Ah, that's a little finicky, yeah. Sorry about that. Now we're looking down the Long Meadow. And again, I'm going to stop here at a point, and what I want you guys to do is look at which trees are blooming, because here we are. We're right near the picnic house right now, and it says somebody's screaming up there. So we're not going to go near the picnic house, but picnic house right up here. But if we look down the Long Meadow, you can see which trees are blooming. Once again, it's you got that whole kind of you see the colors at the furthest points, or in this case, certain points along the way, to create that depth in the trees. Wow, that guy is really screaming up there. Huh. You know, even though we're in Prospect Park, sometimes we still get stuck within the realities of the city. So here's a great little sign here. So we came from Grand Army Plaza, and now we're going to make our way out to the center of the park. So kind of towards the Lefrak Center, kind of in that direction. But we're going to make our way out to the Nethermead right now. And when we come out of the Nethermead, we're going to be on the other side, way down there, and crossing over like that when we begin to leave the park. But we just started, so. But again, it's that amusement park kind of forced perspective, kind of topography that you really begin to see here in an Olmsted and Vaux Park. Looks like the ball fields are already opened up. See, again, it's like forced perspective, and it's almost like where the people sit down, kind of, they could sit down anywhere. And as you see, it kind of just frames up a shot. So if you're taking a picture, it's your picture postcard. It's your, look at this one guy up here by the red tree. Isn't that a postcard or what? Look at just the everything on that is like, it's so set up for photography. And then even when you pull out, you get this whole view of the road coming up, and a lone guy sitting on a hill. Now, you have to think of walking through Prospect Park or Central Park. It's kind of like an 1880s IMAX experience. So we started out entering the park, and then we walked through a long meadow. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the forest. And it's like it's supposed to remind you that you're in the Adirondacks. You know, that's the idea behind it. But now we're going to go down this hill, and we're going to go into the forest. In this case, it's called the ravine. So we're just by the picnic house now. Picnic house up there with the crazy guy screaming. And off in the direction here, you have your tennis house, and then behind all that, you have your band shell, almost like the Catskills. But they were more going. They said in the wording when they were building this, Adirondacks. So now this is the ravine. This is the main route of the ravine. But because I love you guys, let's get some exercise. Let's walk up and down and through the last little bit of forest here in Brooklyn. So this is the main route here, but we're going to go through this side route here. It's time to go adventuring. Awesome, Winky. Let's see if the waterfall's running. Prospect Park is smaller than Central Park. Central Park is 843 acres large. Prospect Park is 585 acres large, but Prospect Park has more trees than Central Park. Central Park has roughly 27,000 trees, and Prospect Park has over 70,000 trees. And you see you could get a really good view of the ravine right now, because usually this is completely covered in brush. So, and this looks so much different than when it snows. Oh, you're more than welcome, Ed. You're more than welcome. And I already rode a bike 22 miles. So I'm going to walk another 6. Something like that. But unfortunately, I don't hear our waterfall going right now. I wish it was running. But let's see. We're over here by the steps. Yeah, it's not running. Our little waterfall's not running right now. Good to see you. Katina? Welcome, Katina. Here's our waterfall we usually check out. Not running today. Oh yeah, we did lose signal. Uh-oh. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's coming in and out. Let me fix it. Okay, now we should be good. Waterfalls. That's right. So much here indeed. Okay, we're back. Just lower the bit rate. No, that somebody forgot to pay the water bill. You know, this is how they manage it, you know. So they come in, they take out some of the weeds and some of the stuff that grows wild. And they really do have to maintain, because it is a park people walk through. You know, invasive species do come around quite often. So people bring them in not even realizing. So they have to do work all the time. And the Prospect Park Conservancy does a fantastic job. So then the ravine passes underneath us and it continues down. Awesome. Good to see you. And then on the other side over here is the bridle path where you could ride a horse. And you could still ride a horse here in the park. Okay. Time for me to get some exercise. Time for me to go up these stairs. Look at how high this glaze is here. Look at how high up this glaze is. I think once we get up there, we're on natural glaze. And down here is more kind of created nature. Oh yeah, we're in a little bit of a dropout zone right there, I see now. Okay. It's coming in and out a little bit, but we're back. We're back. Let me get some exercise. Walk up these stairs. Yes. So now we're above the bridle path now. And now we're going to cross up and over it. Enjoy, Winky. I'll see you soon. All right. Now we're up here. Good to see you, Winky. Thanks for tuning on in. All right, so now we're going to cross the bridle path, up and over it. Look how high up we are. It's kind of crazy how high up we get walking around here. And now we're in the Ravenswood, the last little bit of forest left in Brooklyn. I always like to say, can you imagine we're in Brooklyn right now? It's kind of amazing. Uh-oh. Did we just lose everyone? Uh-oh. All right, it is amazing. Did we just lose everyone? Okay, we're back. All right. I see the viewer number dropping, yeah. Yes and no, Patrick. I mean, I wouldn't recommend coming out to this section of the park at night because there's no lights down here. But the main drives are fine. I just wouldn't, at certain hours, obviously, I wouldn't want to be here alone because the way it's designed, there's so many little spots where you could hide and all that. Signals coming in and coming out, yeah. I think I got it under control now, Nibble. I think I got it under control. For me, it's staying green now. I might just drop her down to 700. Yeah, let me drop her down to 700 here. Let's go to 700 Streamlabs. Okay, that should be good now. We're all the way down now. All the way down. Interesting. I think we got to get out of this area of the park here. Maybe might be this area here. There's more than one person watching. Yeah, obviously. There we go. Just bounce to 6. Okay. It's all over the spot. It's all over the place. It's okay. This is the magic of the live stream. You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I lowered the bit rate all the way down to 700. Yeah, it always happens in that middle part of the park anyway. There we go. That went completely out and then it came back. Came completely out again, then it came back. But we're holding it though. It's coming right back. When it comes back, it comes right back. All right. You know what I should have did? I should have restarted the phone. Yeah, I should have restarted my phone. But we'll work with it. We'll work with it. Yeah, we'll work with that. Making our way down to the bin water here at the Nethermead. Let's see if the ducks or maybe some turtles are enjoying themselves today in the bin water. Yeah, kind of Halloween-y, yeah. When we get into the Nethermead, you got to have a good view again of like where the tree placement is, and like this is the whole thing they're going for, is like tree placement. And now in this case here, good to see you there, Griff. Welcome. If you look straight ahead, we have the boathouse. Yeah, I know. I restart the phone, right? Yeah. That always works. That always zaps this. It does something with the signal. So I forgot to do that. And here is the Music Pagoda. I would give anything to see the Music Pagoda in its heyday. Coming out here, relaxing, listening to the band. Is anyone up there? No, nobody's up there. I gotta climb this. Yes, nobody's. I see. There's usually kids on this thing here. Let's climb up the. Let's climb up the stage here. I'm gonna try to help you guys visualize a party in 1888. We're coming to a party, and it's 1888. Oh yeah, look at this. This is so cool. So this is the Music Pagoda. And now we're up on the stage. We're looking out on the crowd. You can see the boathouse off in the distance. If you could imagine here in the foreground, you will probably have your picnickers. Maybe some people with more money, so there might be tables set up here. And then your common folk start going further out. But as you see, the entire green part here is sloping. It slopes down, kind of like an arena seating. So how it's designed is that the band plays from here, and then the music gets projected out across the crowd. Even though there's trees in the way, projects out, and everyone could hear the music. So everyone could spread out on the green and in the sun. And obviously, since you have all the trees here in the foreground, your upper class folks would be a little bit more shaded, a little bit more cooler, a little bit more comfortable. But that's what a party was like. And then behind it, behind the Music Pagoda is the ravine. So the ravine goes behind us, makes a crazy turnaround, and then here's the ravine. The ravine goes back over there. There's another waterfall back there, and then you could just see the boathouse with the little lull water in front of it. See how it's all designed? It leads you through the park. One landmark takes you to another, takes you to another, takes you to another. Forced perspective. And again, look at which trees are budding out. It's the little ones. It's kind of like the base trees right now are beginning to come out and begin to bloom. How many people, I would say, back in those days, people weren't, upper class people weren't so willing to get close together, but regular people were. So if a really big band is playing, you could think a couple of thousand easily, maybe upwards of maybe 2, 3, maybe 4,000. Spike Lee had that whole Michael Jackson thing when he passed away, and they set up right here, and then everyone hung out in the lawn, and I believe that was like 4,000 people showed up for that. So a lot of people could come here and jam out. A lot of people could. But I just love to think about what it was like in the 1880s when this was like a big deal, when this thing was a big deal. This Music Pagoda at one point was a big deal. I love seeing, there's some pictures on Prospect Park's website, and you see the bands all like set up in there and everything, and like there's a picture from like Oktoberfest, and it looks so cool. And you can imagine just sitting out here, got your picnic set up, you got your blanket set up, and you're listening to the band. Can't go wrong. We have our little bin water right here. A nice little water feature here. It's like nature is like almost on display for you here. You get your little babbling brook, you get your field, you get your trees. A little bit of everything. As we now come out into the Nethermead. This is the very center of Prospect Park. So we have another meadow here where you could lie out. Most people use this to play with their dogs, because it is a relatively safe area to let your dog run around and play. It is allowed in this section here. So back in the day, horse carriages were allowed in the park. And then eventually, in the 1930s, automobiles were allowed in the park. But the main drives of Prospect Park and Central Park were never designed for the modern automobile. They were meant for horse carriages to promenade. Look at which trees are blooming. The ones off in the distance. The ones that kind of begin to create a picture. Absolutely. Cecilia, absolutely. Look at this little snapshot of life right now. And again, look at which trees are blooming. And then we're gonna get a great shot here of some greenery. And then there's the Music Pagoda right out there. You can see how it's even in the shade, the Music Pagoda. And then you could just see the boathouse. You get an idea how close everything is too when you don't have too many leaves on the trees. And then we're looking back up the Nethermead, and you see how this whole thing slopes up. So we We get our picnic table, you know, and I can imagine, you know, it's all the hoity-toity folks are all up there in the front, and you hang out here in the back. And even though, yes, you are in the sun, you could bring an umbrella, come out here with your umbrella, hear the band play. Give anything to see. I will give anything to experience that. So now, again, the magic of the park. So this is Lookout Hill. This is the second tallest peak in Brooklyn, right there. Second tallest hill in Brooklyn. But we have 2 ways to go. You could just barely see a pathway going over there. I think I want to go around back and then come out that way, because then there's another pathway right down there. So let's go down there. And actually, we could go around this hill right here. So we're going to go. See, this is the amazing thing about Prospect Park, is that there's these weird kind of nooks and crannies, and you could disappear almost in plain sight. This is why I say I don't think it's necessarily safe to come here at night, especially in the interior of the park, unless you're with a group of people. That's always a lot of fun. I have done what I like to call blind walking tours through the park. So you get a lot of people together. Make sure you have some pepper spray just in case. And what I do is I make up a route. And I love scaring my friends. I've done this a few times. Absolutely scared the crap out of my friends. There are areas where you go through, and as long as you feel the fence, you're fine. But it's so pitch black, you got to feel the fence to get out. And all you feel is you going up a hill, and you're walking on grass at one point. And so, first perspective, the Music Pagoda. You could ride down here. This takes you down to the boathouse. Boathouse Bridge is right over there. We're going to come up and around now. And, yep, when he was paralyzed, that's correct. That was some history. But now what we're going to do is go down that pathway. It's time to walk through the lull water, which is the lower part of the ravine. And the funny part is when we leave the park, we're going to go back up to the top where the ravine starts. But yeah, it's a fun tour to do, but you gotta be prepared to walk, and you gotta be prepared to run, because you never know, you might get mugged. But probably not. Let's see if anyone's out in this overlook here. You was there, but you left before that incident? Thank God. And I got crazy. That was what, 73? That was when the park wasn't so hot. All right. Look at this. Let's go out to the end. Let's go out to the end of this little path here. We just went over the ravine. We're kind of like on like this little outcropping right here. And the signal's going kind of weird, but we should be fine. Yeah, we should be fine. Keeps on coming in and out. Here we are. Here's your picture postcard. the shadow of the plane that's flying overhead just came through the shot. That's crazy. Isn't that nice? So you got the boathouse, you got a nice swan over there, you got some guys fishing over there. Oh, Got a plane flying up there. Like we're on this little outcropping of land. It is so nice here. I just want to hang. I literally, you know what? I just want to take this in for a little bit because you know what's nice is that this is all like this really soft wood kind of dirt and like this wood kind of thing. So it feels like I'm walking on a carpet right now and my feet really hurt. So I'm going to stand here for a little bit. We're going to take this in right now. We're just going to take this in because we got a swan in the shot. Let's look at the swan. And actually, I think it's a good time to talk about our mandarin duck. Unfortunately, the mandarin duck has disappeared. Nobody knows where the mandarin duck is anymore. So hopefully, our mandarin duck is doing fine. Hopefully nobody stole him from the park. We get a swan. And then we have our bridge. And that's a landmarked building back there, the boathouse. Today, that's the Prospect Park Audubon Center. Of course, there's an airport by me. This is the landing pattern for LaGuardia. This is the landing pattern for LaGuardia Airport. They were kind of tracking him, but what happened was they were kind of tracking the duck, but he's not like electronically tagged. So really, that was in 91, 92. Okay. Yeah, that's why I seem to remember it. That was probably part of Celebrate Brooklyn or whatever. That's crazy. Had some crazy events happen here in the park, I tell you. No. Somebody might have took him for a pet. But I know there's like several people who follow the mandarin duck on Twitter. So there's definitely something that's a bit worrying. But who knows? Who knows? Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn. All right, let's keep walking. So let's see if the signal gets funky again when we go through this little part here. I'm starting to learn where the signal drops out because I'm kind of doing the same route every time we come to a snowstorm or whatever. So walk around during the snow here. So I'm kind of memorizing where the signal lags out here. So let's see if it happens again. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. It's gonna happen again. There it goes. I'm doing a live stream. All right. Now we walk back down along the lull water. We're going to make our way down to the lake. Here we go. And that's another live stream we have to do is go down to LaGuardia Landing Lights Park. I did 2 videos with that title. So we got to go to that park when the landing pattern's doing runway 4. And yeah, watch the planes land. But now we're walking south again, making our way down to the lake as we walk along the lull water. And again, notice which trees are blooming. It's these little ones, kind of the most exotic ones here, which kind of start the story that the park tells. This frames up. Actually, we lost trees here. That sucks. We lost some trees here, but probably because of that beetle that's been coming around into the park. But see, even now, even when the park is under construction, you still have it. You still have like a framed shot. When this all grows in, this is gonna like frame a whole picture that you could take. It's so neat. And that's the way they designed it. This is the way Olmsted and Vaux designed the park. Forced perspective. And I may have lost comments. If you guys are commenting, unless you guys are that riveted right now. It's a riveting broadcast of us calmly walking through a park. It makes a nice landscape painting, yeah. That's what they were going for. And photography was just beginning. So they definitely were playing to this photograph camera. Ooh. Look at this. Oh, look at this, guys. Now we're nature. We're nature broadcasting now. I hope the signal holds. It should hold. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Whoa. Take it in. Take it in, guys. Take it in. They almost don't look real because they're like not moving at all. They're not moving at all. They almost look like rocks, but you know they're real. How many are there? There are a lot. Oh, there they go. Oh, okay. See, I knew it. I see. If I move literally 1 foot closer, they're reacting now. There are a lot of turtles on there. That must be so much fun, just lying there sunning. They're just getting warm by the water. Oh, your husband's love turtles. Well, there you go. Is that enough turtles for you? Look at that. Now look at the view. Just by happenstance, look at the image that they make. Look at the image. Look at this image right here. You have the bridge in the background. It's almost too perfect. As the kids scream. But look at how that sets up a whole shot right there. Yeah, at least 10 or more. At least. There's little ones in there too. Also, this gives you a good idea of how relatively clear the water is. This is, for the most part, New York City tap water. Absolutely. No, it's almost too cool. It's almost too perfect. The whole image here, whole shot. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now it's gonna get even more. We got the dove. I mean the swan. We have our swan making its way down the lull water here. Tootling along. Right, 13? Could be. And the sound of a plane, that's right. Isn't that crazy? I think going by how much air traffic noise we're getting, they might be doing runway 4 today. Nice. Got 8 of them in your tank. So as the legend goes, supposedly a lot of people over the years have brought their house turtles, once they got too big, bring them down to places like Prospect Park and Central Park. Urban legend. But there has to be, I think, a few wild ones. A few. It's so nice out here. My feet are going to be hurting tonight, but that means tomorrow's bike tour should be nice and ready to go. No. Airplanes weren't invented yet, so they had no idea that LaGuardia Airport would end up in its landing pattern. And actually, a lot of people don't know. In 1961, there was a mid-air collision of 2 airliners above the city, and one of the planes, it was a United Airlines Boeing, I believe it was a DC-8. It was a fairly large aircraft, jet aircraft, crashed just a few blocks away at 7th Avenue and Sterling Place. And I believe everyone but one person survived. Everyone died except for one child. One child survived the plane crash. People on the ground in apartment buildings and in a church died. And it was in winter. It was like in December 1961. So it's kind of amazing how everything ended up working out for the park. I don't think they would have liked the fact that there's a landing pattern to LaGuardia here. So we're making our way down the Lull Water. The Lull Water is right here. And we're going to go to a little outcropping in the Lull Water. And then we're going to cut across the little peninsula. And we're going to see the lake. And you know, the turtles surviving the winter is the reason why the turtles could last for like 200 years, you know. They've learned to just deal with crap and adapt. It's kind of amazing. The lake off in the distance right now. And it looks like every now and then that signal does drop out. Was a lot of people in the park? Is that it? I come out here in the winter, have a good signal all the way through. So now we're on like this little peninsula. And to my right hand side now is the lake, and to my left hand side is the lull water, and the lull water kind of goes out in front of me and around, and you can't get to the end of this peninsula because it's all wooded over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut across. Well, we're going to go to this little scenic outlook right here, and then we'll cut across. What we got to do is we got to do a bicycle tour through here. Do a ride around here on a bike would be a lot of fun. So that other pathway where the pathway branches off, where kind of leads you to a dead end with really no view. This is the one with the view. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down here and we're going to hang out. And we're just going to take this in. Look at this. I'm all by myself over here. All by myself. Yes. Let me get off my feet for a little bit here. Look at this. It's like the sun, the position of the sun. It's almost too good right now. Water rippling. There's a guy fishing across the way. You got your nice clouds. Ah, yes. This is living. What you can't see is there are people, there are pathways like right along there. So from here you could just see people walking. It looks like they're almost floating in air. Because you have to drive up there, and then there's a pathway down here. And then we just came in from over here. We went down and around. I'm telling you, it's so clever how they put together this park. It's really just so clever how they did all this. And in the 1860s, they did this. Yeah, living indeed. In the 1860s. They might be running at runway 4. The planes are pretty low right here. They may be doing runway 4 today. I feel like taking an Uber. I should take an Uber down there, right, guys? If the planes are landing at runway 4 today, run down there. Now that'll be a fun, nonsensical live stream. Yeah, without the machinery, yeah. Yeah, back in the day, people were a little bit more clever. Absolutely. They were definitely more clever back in the day. Sky is pretty. It's good air quality today. You know? It's good air quality. It's just nice. It's just really nice. Okay. I think we got ourselves deep in the park. Now we got to get ourselves out. Let me warm up my feet here one more time on my feet. And this is going to be the hard part, because for me, I'm going to be walking up hills for the most part, walking up hills and going over stuff. So I'm going to go up the Terminal Moraine here in Brooklyn and make my way back up to the F train, and we'll end our broadcast. So let's do it. The only thing I forgot is I should have brought something to drink, but I'll be fine. I will be fine. Exactly. That big challenges with low resources. There were no computers, you know. There was no electricity, you know. Everything was done with steam and horses and, you know, and wood. And it's a different time. Different time back then. So now we're going to walk across the peninsula here, and we'll get a little view here before we make our way back across the park. Get a view here of the lake. And once we see the lake, that means we have seen all three landscapes of the park. It's like a story. It's like a movie. It's like an adventure. And it's absolutely free. And again, look at which trees here are blooming. It's like the ones that are like furthest out, but in the center. There it is. There's your lake shot. Good to see you, NYC Pat. Welcome to the lake here at Prospect Park. Yep, this is all man-made. This lake could be completely drained out. But this is where the lull water comes down now. See, where we started out, the ravine starts out way up there, and it kind of meanders its way all the way down to here, and then it comes into the lake. So this is all the same water. We've been following the water all the way down, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up the park. We're gonna go up the Terminal Moraine now. We're gonna go back up the hill, and we're gonna see the source. If the park was in the real estate market, it'll be priceless. Look, we have something we have to do now. We have the little boats out there. When we come back here, we're going on the boats. The boats are out. All right, guys. You saw it. We gotta take those boats out. We gotta do a live stream on the boat. All right. But it's priceless. This park is priceless, but it'll be in the billions. It will probably be in the billions. But then again, there would be no real estate value if we didn't have a park. Remember that. Good to see you, Frida Left now. It is like a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. It'll be a 2-hour tour, I think. We're at 1:15 right now in the show. And my feet are beginning to bark. Actually, let me keep on walking on dirt. Give my feet a rest here. I gotta get new sneakers. These sneakers are too flat for my feet. They're great for cycling on a bike, but not for long walks. Straight ahead, the Well House. Today that's a nature station and a relief station, so it's a bathroom. That also utilizes natural composting. That was free too. It's free. Nice. Everyone follow Free to Laugh now. We got to get him to 1,000 subscribers. Fantastic. All right, so now we have the Well House. Time for me to climb. It's time for me to climb up the terminal moraine. I gotta take off my jacket. That's how warm it is out here. I need to take off my jacket. You know what, before I climb here, let me take off my jacket. It is picture perfect. It's gorgeous out here. It's really nice. Yeah, Free to Laugh now has has some of the best content. All right. Yeah, I want to be a little cold right now as I make my way up the terminal moraine. I want to be cold. Actually, let me gotta shut the gimbal off here for a second. Tracy, good to see you. Welcome to Prospect Park. It's beginning to bloom. Let me take off my jacket here because I'm beginning to now work out. Inevitably, on our live streams, I either work out or we talk about food. Okay. All right. Put this away. Because it is too freaking nice out here right now. Okay. Make sure the zipper's up properly here. Yay. Yeah, I know, I gotta get something to drink, but we're almost done. We're almost done. It's very springish. I've been wearing sunscreen all week, Free to Laugh now. I have been wearing sunscreen all week. Woo! Time to work out. Time to go up the terminal moraine. Let's turn on back on the gimbal. Gimbal is back on. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Griff. The wife kind of likes it this time around. I guess because it's nice and all white and everything this time. I must be stressed out. It's all white. Anyway. All right, time to work out. We're going to walk up and over the hill now. Up and over the terminal moraine. That's the only thing I forgot. I should have got a bottle. I wanted to get a bottle of water. But I just forgot it. I'm so happy I came out here. Regardless of how my feet are going to feel in a few hours. Tomorrow, keeping it simple, going back to the World Trade Center. Check out that survivor tree. See how it's coming along. I've heard about that Frida-Laugh. Now I've heard about there are a couple of buildings and homes that are supposedly haunted here on Governor's Island. You know what I might do? I might just look into that and try to find some stories to tell you guys. So this year I really want to do a lot of Governor's Island for you guys. So now, once again, so the whole point of our little walk around today is look at which trees are blooming now. So here we are, our main picture spot. If this was the 1890s, this was the spot you had to take a picture at, the Maryland 400 monument. You see how we got the one tree here with color? Got a pine tree, so it gives you a little bit of green. And you got your monument right in the middle of it. Isn't that crazy? Well, that'd be awesome, Tracy. There it is, the Maryland 400. This is where the Maryland 400 held off the British Army and to help General Washington escape to Manhattan. Hold on. Okay. We got somebody being very loud, so we'll just keep on moving here. But when we come back here in a week, it's gonna look a lot different. It's gonna be a lot more filled in. So we walked underneath this bridge right here. That's the Lullwater Bridge. But now what we're doing is we're cutting across and we're going back to the Nethermead. So again, as you walk around the park, you're creating your little adventure. You're doing your little story, and this is what it's like. And a ride. That's the other difference about Prospect Park versus Central Park. On a lot of these footpaths here, you could ride a bike, and it's actually a lot of fun riding a bike around here. But again, look at which trees are blooming now, and you really get an idea of the kind of composition and layers and forced perspective that Olmsted and Vaux create. You could just see the Lullwater down there. And what's the story, Wishbone? What story? It's your story to create when you walk through Prospect Park. You're on your adventure. You're hiking. You're doing your hike. Look at this, all the flowers coming out. This is gonna look great in a week. This is gonna look really cool in a week. Yes, it's coming out. Yes, it's beginning to bloom. It's beginning to bloom. So in this direction here, we're looking towards Lookout Hill. Oh, we got a little bird. Got a little bird scooting along. When all this starts to fill in, it's gonna look pretty cool. And now we come back into the Nethermead, but this time, because the Lullwater is way down there, we're now at the top of the stadium seating, and you can just see coming into view, there's the music pagoda. So you can sit way back here, if you can imagine. If you don't get too much wind noise, you can sit way back here and listen to the band. It's pretty neat. It seems like the wind is picking up just a little bit here. Definitely feels fresh. It's a freshened wind, not a cold wind. Wow, if it's like this tomorrow. No, the music pagoda. Not a pagoda. The music pagoda. Let me line up a shot for you guys. For the music pagoda, because it's really cool perspective from right here. Again, you get that forced perspective look right here So between the two trees, you get your music pagoda. That's where your band would play. And as you see, we're sloping all the way down to the pagoda because, you know, the music could drift. The music could drift and make its way back here so everyone could picnic out here and hear the band. And even way back here, if the band was loud enough, you could be back here. Such an amazing piece of landscape architecture, this whole park. Hey, look at some Sousa March music, right? That's the kind of music that we'll be playing. Could you imagine? Everyone all out here with their picnics and their amazingly elaborate and very warm fabric dresses and suits and children running wild and in elaborate get-ups and hearing the band play some good Eshangolo Philip Sousa there. Oh, I'd give anything to see that. Give anything to see that. So what we're going to do is normally we go and say hello to Montgomery Clift, that heartthrob of his day. Montgomery Clift buried right over there in the Friends Cemetery, which dates back to the 1840s. That's where he's buried. He was buried there in 1960 or 1966, one of those. 1966, I think it is. Well, we're going to cut to the chase because I'm beginning to get tired. And we're going to climb now up and over the terminal moraine. High wheel bikes, okay. Yes, I see a beautiful parasols enchanting, exactly. Very, very polite fighting going on as people set up their towel, their picnic blankets and parasols. All right. Merry Christmas, Richie. Good to see you. We're now on the center drive. Here is a center drive. And we're going to look for two stones. Those two stones delineate our passage up and over the moraine. This is where you get the exercise. And if you come on my middle of the night, let me scare the crap out of you walking tour here in Prospect Park. This is where we go through the complete dark. Yeah, I remembered his name this time. Yeah, Montgomery Clift. You're more than welcome, Tracy. All right. Up and over the moraine. We have our two rocks here, which delineate our path in the days before they were fencing around. That's the only thing that's different about the park now, is that we have all this fencing to keep you off some of the wooded areas here. But as you see, now we got to go up and over this hill right here, this moraine, where the glacier back in the day came down from and kind of sculpted all this. And this is where I get my exercise. If you walk here at night, it's completely pitch black back here, and you have to feel your way along the fence here. It's terrifying, but when you get to the other side, it feels real rewarding because you come out, and especially if it's moonlit, it's a really cool view. Oh yeah, it's a fun tour, Tracy. It's a fun tour. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We have made it. We're at the top of the moraine. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood indeed. So now We're here at Dog Beach is coming up, and the source of our entire water system is right here. Here it is, folks. Here it is. We have made it. It's a waterfall up here, and this is the beginning of the whole network. So now we came up from the lake, and normally there's a little waterfall right here that starts from right up there, New York City tap water, and it makes its way down this, through this, underneath the little bridge here, into our Turtle Pond / Dog Beach over here, and then it continues down in this direction. It makes a turn down into the ravine, and then eventually the lull water, and then into the lake. So we kind of walk the path here of the water feature, the main water feature here. I would love to take a duty round though on a tour of this park in the middle of the night. I think he would get a kick out of that. I think he would get a kick. I've done that tour many times and nothing's ever happened. So nothing has ever happened on that tour. Only the fact that people feel so alive when they feel like they lived, to tell you, they lived through it. So now, if you remember the last time we were down here for the snowstorm, or the kind of snowstorm, the slush. Oh yeah, we pretty cool. So now we're by the tennis house. The tennis house is right up there at the top of the hill. We have Dog Beach, which is right over here. But as the wind picks up, you remember when this whole field here was sealed up? There was a fence around it, and we saw all the untouched snow. That is this spot right here. The ball fields are opened, and people are already using them. Kind of amazing. And then we come around over here, and we have our tennis house. And the tennis house, remember all the kids were sledding right down here, the hill down here. Watching the seasons change here in Prospect Park. Now look at this. We're gonna look up. We're gonna look up the Long Meadow now. So now as we bring all the parts of Prospect Park together, here's the very southern part, the very end of the Long Meadow. And as we turn, we look back north, and we look all the way up the Long Meadow. And we started our tour way up there, and then came off to the side up there. Kind of amazing. This whole park, kind of amazing. Making sure to walk on the grass here whenever I can to save my feet. Definitely have World's Fair feet right now. Waiting in line for that Futurama chew for too long. So now we're making our way up towards Park Slope. There's a hot dog vendor up there. I might hit him up for a drink, but then again, the drinks in here are like $3. They still climb up the green. This is the big hump that they made to block off the view from Park Slope. So we're going to the top of the Park Slope. Elvis, good to see you. Falcon Heavy. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Elvis. Something always happening. happening. Okay. Ooh. What is that they're looking at? It's a nicely decorated tree. Something shiny. Something bright. What is this? Somebody decorates a tree here. Does it have a story? There's something written in front of it. So this tree here, just beginning to bloom, and there's Christmas decorations on it. Interesting. This cherry tree was planted in memory of Catherine Mallory Myers and by those who loved her. Oh, wow. That's really cool. And this tree is just beginning to bloom. Oh, wow. That's really neat. Alright, that is nice. That is nice. I didn't know you could do such things like that. That's pretty cool. It's nice that you could do things in memory of people. Yeah, that's what actually drew me to it. It was Christmas decorations. So I was like, oh, it's shiny. Okay, now we're going to make our way out along the southern part here of the Long Meadow. Right over the hill over there is the Bandshell. So right over there is the Bandshell. We're right by 9th Street right now. We're going to make our way over to 14th Street because that's where I hop on my train. At this point, this walk has become like, oh, Allie's playing baseball. Olmsted would approve of this, not Vox. Oh. Oh yeah. Well, no, welcome for the tour. You're more than welcome. I mean, it's pretty much the same walk we do when it's snowing. Pretty much. And usually when it's snowing, we do it a loop instead of just what we're doing now. It's like halfway. We go like through the park. We go from north to south. Yeah, my feet are definitely going to be yelling at me tomorrow or today. They should be good by tomorrow. It's fine. This is the price you got to pay for being on your feet. How do I preserve my belly? It's a lot of beer. I drink a lot of beer. And not a lot of beer, but I drink beer at night. I think that's my problem. I drink too much beer at night. I like drinking beer and then going to bed. So I think that's my problem. I know if I change a little something in my diet and stop drinking at night, I'll lose the belly 1, 2, 3. But yeah, that's what my wife tells me all the time. But she don't care. She loves me all jolly. All right. Now what we're gonna do is I think we should have enough clearing here in the Long Meadow here that we should be able to see the dome of the Brooklyn Museum. And this is done by design, as everyone's out here playing games. The park is alive. with people playing games. Yeah, change diet, I will feel better, right? Yeah. So you see how the long meadow goes out and around. Had 4 beers this evening, nice. I'm definitely picking up some beers when I get home. Yeah, I think my belly does make me more centered, but you know. Like right now, I'm going to take the short way out. Let me take the short way out. All right. My feet are like, you're done, dude. You're done. Time to call it a day, man. A lot of people playing games. Drinking beer every now and then, yeah. The park does look nice. It's looking fabulous. Look at how that one tree all the way down at the bottom of that hill is blooming out. And I bet you that's a tall tree. Let's walk across the roadway here. Let's take a look at that red tree down there. See, again, during the springtime and during the autumn, the way you see the trees bloom and then lose their leaves, this was the idea behind Prospect Park. It was like almost a past thought of what the park would look like during the summer when everything's in bloom, or everything bloomed. But always fun to ride a bike right here. This is the little downhill before you go down the big downhill. Okay. Look at this one tree. I love it. And it's all red. What a great little way to end the scene here. Here along the drive. Oh, nice. Nice, Elvis. And it's a little, right down here, this is where the horses, you turn around when you're riding the horses on the bridle path. It's a little turnaround point. It's very magical. Riding a bike in the Netherlands is very magical. I gave up on giving hand signals after 2 days. I was the only one giving hand signals to turn. I was warned by what was it, like a magazine I read or something like that. Later on, I think some of my friends out there, I did meet some local guides, and they helped me out tremendously. Back to reality. Here we go. Back to reality. We'll walk through the densest wooded area right now, right before we hit the street. You can see how the city is beginning to encroach in again. You're more than welcome, Spoonie. Yeah. And there we go. And actually, I got to open up my bag and get my Metro card. So we're not done just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys down. I'm going to try to find a bench somewhere. And I'll break out my Metro card, because I like to end my walking tours in the subway. It's just the only way it has to be. Look at the trees bloom. Some of these trees blooming are great. Ah, so nice out here. The Nighthawk opened up. Oh my God, the Nighthawk Cinema is opened up. This is formerly the Pavilion Theater. The Nighthawk is nice. It's like you go to a movie and you have like a table and a leather chair to sit on, and you get a burger and a big ass mug of beer. Good to see you, Dale. Welcome. Yeah. It's fun. All right. Let me find a little spot here where I could search search my bag, grab my Metro card here. Oh, look at this, we're back in the reality of the city. We're back in the city all over again. Oh no. Oh no. Back to the reality. Oh no, we're out of the Alice in Wonderland garden. All right, time to search my bag. Oh, that feels good. That feels so good. I'll see you later, Catino. Thanks for tuning on in. There we go. All right. Back home to reality. I'll see you next week, Prospect Park. I'll see you later, Elvis. Thanks for tuning on in, man. Look at the dark subway. Woo! Well, wasn't this a fun little walk around the park? I'm out of it now. I'm out of it. Good. A nice 2-hour stream. Would that hold you for a day? I hope it could hold you for a day, guys. Well, another successful walk around Prospect Park. Nice little tour. Nice little fun little tour. Not my train, not my train. My train's coming from behind me. You're more than welcome, Cecilia. More than welcome. More than welcome, boss. Oh no. Thank goodness I don't take this train. 15th Street, Prospect Park. Oh boy. What's fun? Tomorrow, do something a little bit more simple again. We'll be back downtown. We'll check out the progress of the Survivor Tree, unless I see pictures from Central Park, which makes Central Park look beautiful. So I might go up to Central Park, who knows? Yeah, almost 2 hours. Kind of amazing, Nibble. I give you guys 2-hour tours. I see my train coming. It's coming around the bend. Have a great New York Day. New York Day, whether you live here or not. Hug your loved ones. Cherish those moments. And good afternoon and good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. Oh, wait, no, this is not my train. Oh, no, this is this train that stops way up there. Wait, you got more time with me. This is a G train. This is a G train. I don't take this train. I don't take a G. I take an F. I take the F. And actually, since the stairs to my R train are here in the back, let me go to the back here. Let me go to the back of the platform here. Yeah, we stay. We stay. we stay. I'm just gonna walk to the back of the train here. Because now this is why I always forget they changed the stairways slightly at the 9th Street station where I do my transfer. Oh, and there's my train right behind the G is my train. Right behind it. Look at that. You're more than welcome, Tracy. I hope everyone has a great evening. I really do hope you have a great New York day, whether you live here or not. One more time, hug your loved ones. Cherish those moments. And good afternoon and good afternoon. Good afternoon and good afternoon and good afternoon and good night. Good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon, folks. Bye-bye.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I'll see you later.